Every now and again, we hear a news report about an anime voice actor, usually doing something kind of scummy. People of the internet especially are not particularly surprised to hear about public figures doing bad things, but the Japanese voice acting industry is actually quite acquainted with this as well. Sakurai Takahiro has been in the process of essentially having his career broken down and possibly even stripped from him for the past 4 months. For those unaware, Sakurai is a voice actor who has been in a lot of huge roles. He was going to play Cloud in the Final Fantasy anime, he played Suzaku in Code Geass, and recently, Suguru Geto in Jujutsu Kaisen. In October 2022, a Tokyo-based magazine called Shukan Bunshin, known for its investigative journalism, published a piece on Sakurai, accusing him of having an extramarital affair with a writer from his radio show, P.S. Genki Desu Takahiro, something that had been running for nearly 10 years. Now, this news report might have just marked the undoing of Sakurai's long-standing career in the voice acting field. Not only was his 2-decade-long marriage revealed to the public for the first time, but the aforementioned decade-long radio show was quickly axed. The studio in charge of working on a Final Fantasy anime had also recast him pretty much immediately, booting him out of his job as Cloud. It is unclear if Sakurai will be booted from any other roles, or if this will simply be a bump along the road of his otherwise successful career. People will often bring up Suzuki Tatsuhisa, a voice actor who ended up cheating on his wife, Lisa, you might have heard of her, and having every single role taken away from him. However, it is a bit reductionist. The primary reason why Suzuki was recast was due to him violating multiple non-disclosure agreements during his affair. If you look up this hashtag on Twitter, you will find a lot of discourse during October, particularly about Sakurai's affair. A lot of people speculate if a recast is really necessary, noting Sakurai's unique voice and performance. Others stating that they don't want someone who did such a cruel thing to be voicing their favorites. Some saying to fire him and utilize AI to recreate his voice, which is fucking insane, by the way. And some people are just talking about vasectomies and dicks and balls. Now, you might be glancing at the title and wondering what makes this insane. This is another famous dude cheating on his wife. Is this really anything new? What's insane to me is how you have people like Sakurai or Nobuhiro Akamoto, the voice actor of Bakugo, or the aforementioned Suzuki, have days and days of public online discourse and tons of newspapers reporting on your infidelity, waiting to jump at the chance to tear you down for something that I agree is pretty bad. But what about people like Nobuhiro Watsuki, author of Ruroni Kenshin? They can scrape by with seemingly little to no consequence. Ruroni Kenshin is a massive series, printing from 1994 to 1999, and still receiving content to this day, with over 72 million copies in circulation, making it one of the best-selling manga series of all time. Watsuki even continued the series, well, as of writing, creating the direct sequel to Ruroni Kenshin. Now you might be wondering, what is so crazy about this wildly popular old series getting a sequel? What is so important that you went on this big preamble about Japanese Twitter discourse about dudes cheating on their wives? Nobuhiro Watsuki, in 2017, was caught with so much pornography during a police raid that they thought he was a distributor. Apparently, a lot of people are unaware of this, as whenever I bring this topic up on stream, half of chat seems surprised by this news. You would think one of the most successful manga authors, well, ever, being busted for having an immense amount of porn would be a big deal, but this never really broke headlines anywhere, at least to my knowledge. Watsuki even admitted to this, and he officially stated, quote, "I liked girls in the higher grades of elementary school to the 2nd grade of junior year." And police found about 100 DVDs in his office. This was a month after his Ruroni Kenshin sequel had started serialization. Shonen Jump responded to these charges, stating that they take it very seriously, and that the author is really reflecting upon himself. Wow, a lot of reflection. Very cool and good. On the bright side, his manga was stopped after the charges were announced. Charged with possession of CP and lost his manga. Seems pretty brutal and even on par with adultery, which is kind of weird in itself, but it's actually a whole lot worse than that. About 3 months after his office was raided, Watsuki was fined 200,000 yen. 6 digits, sounds like a lot, but guess what? That is the equivalent of around $1,500 USD. And 4 months after being charged a little over $1,000, his manga resumed serialization. Not only did the series resume serialization, but Shueisha, the publisher, would end up acting as if the whole, pornography thing never even happened, as Ruroni Kenshin would get a 25th anniversary exhibition just over a year after his charges. Just 2 months ago, prior to this video that is, a second anime adaptation was announced at Jump Festa 22, having people like Eiichiro motherfucking Oda, the author of One Piece, openly cooperate and speak with the author during said anniversary exhibition, with Oda saying in 2021 that Watsuki has an amazing personality. Not only did news websites not care, not only did journalists not care, not only does the general public not care, but absolute titans of the manga industry and the industry itself do not care. Forget Watsuki. How about Mitsutoshi Shimabukuro, the author of Toriko, who was arrested in 2002 for violating child prostitution laws, because he paid a 16-year-old $600 USD to fuck him. His series got cancelled, but instead of going to prison, he got a 4-year suspended sentence, only to return to manga 2 years into the sentence. There are unsubstantiated rumors that Oda also helped Mitsutoshi get a job again at Jump, but despite all the claims of that, I can't really find any proof, so take it with a grain of salt. Shonen Jump and the industry at large will still continue to facilitate and profit off of the work of sex offenders, but people like Sakurai will lose their gigs over cheating on their wife. Still not good, by the way. This video isn't advocating for that, just let's be serious. Meanwhile, as sex offenders work for Jump, you have people like Junsuke Taguchi, a founding member of the Japanese boy band Cat Tun, begging for forgiveness from fans in front of a police station for getting arrested with 2 grams of weed. Getting put on a $28,000 bail, far surpassing any of the fines for literal pedophiles. This is kind of a weird video, because you came to hear about a scandal involving a Jujutsu Kaisen voice actor, and instead got info dumped about Jump authors being pedophiles. And that's kind of the point. What makes the scandal insane isn't what he actually did, it's the response compared to social and business responses to far, far worse events. When Watsuki returned to Jump, the editorial department put out a statement stating that the author spends his days, quote, reflecting and with remorse. Viz Media, the American publisher of Shonen Jump, clearly disagreed with the editorial department's views on this, being apparently the only part of the production process with some fucking balls, refusing to translate the rest of Watsuki's continued manga after his arrest. This video doesn't exist to defend Sakurai. Don't cheat on your significant other, it's not that hard. But I feel like there is some stuff we should be caring about a little bit more in the Japanese entertainment industry. I don't know. Very impromptu video. Those are just my thoughts. Crazy shit. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for the funny YouTube algorithm. You can check the description down below to follow me on Twitter, where I'm objectively correct all the time. You can also join my Discord, where we talk about My Hero Academia, ReZero, Jujutsu Kaisen, and stuff like that. And you can also now become a YouTube member, which basically just gives you access to behind-the-scenes content, a little badge on comments, and live stream chats, and access to some emotes. Only do so if you want to support the channel, though. But that's about it, though. Thank you for watching. See ya.